Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is currently Wednesday the 1st of March and I just thought I'd take you guys along with me for the next few days of my week. I'm not really sure if you can call this like a week in the life. Maybe it's like a half week in the life. Since we're now into March, everything is starting to get quite intense when it comes to my dissertation and my last remaining modules, including the fact that I literally have a deadline on Friday for my ethics form and I still need to get my form signed by my dissertation supervisor. Plus I've got a stack of work for my other uni modules and my part-time jobs. So the next few days are going to be a little crazy, but I'm really excited to take you guys along with me. Plan for today, I don't actually have any like uni contact hours, but I do have a work shift at the union from 12 till 3. So between now and 12, I'm going to head to campus, start getting some more work done on my ethics form because I drastically need that sorted. I did actually have a meeting on Monday with my dissertation supervisor where we went through the feedback for my dissertation proposal and my first draft of this ethics form, but I've got a lot to crack on with, so let's go get the bus. So I started off the morning going through all of my ethics form corrections and comments that my supervisor had sent me. Halfway through though, I also received an email off my module leader saying they were extending the ethics deadline, which let's just say was amazing news. For those who don't know what an ethics form is, it's basically where I have to briefly outline my research project and all of the methods I'm going to put in place to reduce the risk of participant harm. This then gets assessed by the department's ethics committee and you can't conduct your research without their approval. But since the ethics form is a hefty document, these corrections were taking a while, but I managed it and also had a Greggs sausage cheese bean melt for lunch. Also behind me, can we appreciate that Portland's toilets are literally the size of an airplane cubicle, like you literally can't move in them. After writing out my first assignment brief for my Dangerous Offenders module, I packed up and headed over to the student union for work. Spending all of the night moonwalking. In today's shift, I was finishing off an Instagram post I made for World Book Day which detailed the elected officers' book recommendations. Then at 1, I headed to the other side of the union where I was in charge of taking all of the photos of the candidates who were running in this year's SU elections, which was really fun. Hey guys, so I'm back in now from my shift. It's currently 4:30. I got in actually about an hour ago, but I decided to take like a quick break because when I say I am knackered, I'm not kidding. You wouldn't think it after spending like 3 hours doing uni work and then a 3-hour shift, but I don't know about you guys, but my social battery is just I can't hack it nowadays. It's probably because I did a lot of socialising today, having to speak with and take photos of a lot of random people that I didn't know, and considering my day-to-day life nowadays as a master's student who barely has any like contact hours, I think things like this take a toll on me. Apart from my shifts at the union or my other job, I don't really talk to many people anymore, especially now that I've got like less modules and a lot of my current course mates aren't actually in those modules this term, so I just don't see anyone. Obviously I am passing people when I'm going to the library or I'm on campus, but I just feel like it's not the same, so yeah, I just feel really tired. I honestly can never tell if I'm like an extrovert or an introvert, but the shift went really well. Speaking of the photos, I do actually need to go and export them off my camera and then send them to my bosses. And that is a random child outside my window. I hope you're okay. After I send those photos off, I probably could do with doing a little bit of uni work this evening because I really do need to make a start on my next assignment, which is for my Dangerous Offenders and Vulnerable Victims module. This is the first assignment for the module and it's basically a risk management plan. And even though I've done reports before, I've never done a risk management plan and it's due in 2 weeks, so I really do need to get my ass into gear. So yeah, we probably should go get started. Shop, by the way, don't worry.
Oh, Okay, alright.
I just wanted to update you guys because I've just gone ahead and done something that many people would think is very silly, especially for a student. And that is, I voluntarily booked myself a train to uni at 7:30 tomorrow.
Why, you may ask?
I'm going swimming at 7:30. This, of course, is part of my master plan to get back into swimming and fitness in general, since I've kind of been slacking lately. It's crazy to think the last time I went swimming was like the end of October, probably like early November, and that was solely because of all the deadlines I had. Those deadlines just kept on coming. And I feel like when it comes to fitness, you're either two people. You either like working out in the morning or in the evening, and like uni, I'm definitely a morning working out girl. I really like to just get it out the way. It makes me feel a lot better about the rest of the day knowing that I've been able to tick that off. So that's pretty much like the main reason why I'm going to uni tomorrow at 7:30. Plus I really need to use my gym membership because I keep paying for this gym membership and I keep forgetting to go swimming, so it probably would be a good idea for me to go tomorrow. I mean, I might not say that in the morning when I wake up at like 6:30, but since we've got a very early start, I think it's probably best now if I go and pack my swim bag so it's just all ready to go. I don't want to get out of bed. I am very much regretting my decision. Why did I think this was a good idea? Morning swim went great, however disaster struck when I realised my locker wouldn't open with all my stuff in it, so I literally had to get maintenance to come and save me, but it got sorted thankfully. I then got dressed and headed to one of my favourite study spots near campus, which is of course Hideout Coffee. It can be a little expensive for students, but it's definitely worth it for the aesthetic. Today I grabbed a caramel latte and a Biscoff donut. I then spent the next 2 hours writing up today's lecture notes for my victimology class, which I find really interesting and has so many links to my dissertation topic, which is around domestic abuse and education. However, at the end of the slides, I had a lovely jump scare when I realised I've been allocated to do my poster presentation for this module on the first day, which is great. I then headed to my 1 till 3 Dangerous Offenders victimology class. Hey guys, so I've just got back in from a day on campus. I was tempted to stay a bit longer and go back to the library after my 1 till 3, but it all depended on how like knackered I felt, considering I've literally been up since like 6:30. Despite the early start, it's actually so lovely going for like an early morning swim. Considering the University of Portsmouth Sports Centre has all glass windows around the swimming pool, you feel like you're swimming outside, and with like the sunrise, it creates such like a beautiful shadow onto the swimming pool water, and like you just feel like you're abroad, and that, my friends, is well worth having the like 6 hours sleep that I had. I've just realised though, considering I was on campus today, I actually missed the maintenance come around to sort out my chair, because I don't know if I've mentioned it in the vlog ever since I've been in this room. I probably have. My desk chair isn't the most sturdiest, and it's been like that pretty much since I moved in, but I just never got around to reporting it because I'm pretty sure one of the bolts was actually missing when I moved in, so it just was like really unstable and it was just getting worse and worse and worse, and it got to the point where like I was generally convinced I was going to just be doing work one day and just like fall on my ass. But I think they've actually fixed it, so oh my god, my bed is so squeaky. Oh my god. This has never felt so stable in my life, or at least in the last few months I've been here. What the hell? Well, that's good. No more worrying that I'm just gonna fall off my chair every single time I sit here. I've also just remembered they were supposed to come and fix my door, because as you all know, my door is hella squeaky every time it opens. So let's do another test. That is so silent, oh my god. I am in shock. Oh my god, I have just, this doesn't feel like my door. My door is so vocal, and that's not making a noise. This is why I need to report things a lot earlier, but your girl is such a busy bee. I've got like a Greggs that I picked up earlier that I haven't had a chance to eat yet, and I'm starving, you know. And starving and tiredness is not a cute look, especially as a university student, so I'm going to take a little break since today's been quite intense and then get back to you guys. I spent the evening taking the time to digest my Dangerous Offenders assignment brief and make sure I properly understand what it's asking of me, which is something I sometimes struggle with due to my dyslexia. I find writing the brief out again and highlighting it really helps, along with the marking criteria for a first class. For this brief, I have to assess a hypothetical offender's risk and say how I'm going to manage him back into the community. However, let's just say I was starting to get distracted after a little bit though by Googling PhD courses. Whoops. After that, I made myself some soup and put on one of my favourite YouTubers. Since it's 10 o'clock, I'm just about to go and take my makeup off and get in bed to go read for 30 minutes, which is something that I try to do every night now, just to unwind from the day. Speaking of books, I ordered a few off Amazon the other day, and I'm currently nearly finished with actually reading one of them, so I thought, why not show you them? First off, the one that I'm reading currently is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. I just love this. Like, all of the books I've actually bought in my little book haul here, they're all kind of like from the friends to lovers trope, which I have to admit is definitely one of my favourite tropes. Like, it's definitely up there with like enemies to lovers and just strangers that then turn into friends. You know, one of them falls first and the other one falls harder kind of thing. Oh, I love it. I'm such a hopeless romantic. Can you tell? I think all of these are kind of that trope. This one, in fact, though, might be enemies to lovers. God, I feel like Jack Edwards is on my books. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I've been really trying to get back into reading, as you guys know. I've never heard of this one before, but I just love the main female character in it. Like, she's this bubbly, eccentric, classic weirdo that's like too much for people, and then he's like the sensible, kind of straight-laced, serious one. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I'm loving this. I am like 50 pages off, I think, of the ending, and I'm just flying through it. So I think very soon, literally within the next day or so, I will be starting one of these. Obviously, you guys might notice one of these books is by Colleen Hoover, and that's because I have become quite a Coho fan. I did start reading November 9th, but I just couldn't really get into it. But maybe I just need to like stick with it. So I might return to that book after I finish all these three, which I don't think will take that long because, like I said, I'm already, oh my god, I can't juggle, speeding through this one. So yeah, but this is my, oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. See, I would not be a very good book talker because I can barely hold the books, let alone talk about them. I'm sure they're gonna make really nice additions to my shelf behind me, which in fact is getting really crowded. Like, I think after these three books, I'm really gonna struggle finding space on my shelf. I might have to start like stacking books up on the floor or something, even though I don't want to do that because books are precious. Knowing me, I'd probably end up like spilling a drink accidentally and tripping over because I'm literally so clumsy. So yeah, I'm gonna go read this for a few minutes now and catch up with you in the morning. I honestly feel like this week has been like the most tiring week I've had in ages. I don't think I've been so happy to see Friday roll by than I have this week. But we're here and it's currently 11:30. I haven't got any uni classes today, just another work shift which starts in like 30 minutes, so I literally need to go get the bus. But I've just spent this morning doing some uni work before that. I'll be honest, I've been feeling a little bit stressed this morning because it's kind of dawned on me how even though I've only got like, I think 3 assignments left of my master's degree, one of those is the 15,000 word dissertation, and very soon I've got to start writing said dissertation, and I've just been feeling really panicky about the dates and giving myself enough time to do each section and then getting it back to my supervisor. But I'm trying not to let it get to me because I have got time. Yeah, we are manifesting chilled, happy vibes today. We've got this. So yeah, let's go. After getting off the bus, I headed straight to the union again for my shift. It's election season currently, so everything in the union is a little crazy, getting ready for that. Recently, we've been making lots of reels and articles to promote voting opening soon. I also spent the shift making a post for International Women's Day for their Instagram before grabbing a cheese and bean jacket potato from Cafe Coco for lunch. After work, I wanted to get a bit more uni work done and realised I probably wouldn't if I went straight home, so for 2 hours I headed to the library and sat in the Sand area. In this study session, I spent the time reading through the hypothetical offender assessment document I needed for my risk management plan and started to plan out what I wanted to include in my end report. Let's just say there was so much before walking to the uni bus stop and getting the bus home. Hey guys, so I've just got back in from uni and I've just changed into some comfy clothes. I actually don't know what to do now because I feel like right now is such an awkward time in the evening. Like, it's currently 5:30 and in about half an hour I'm gonna want to go make some dinner since I'm already starving, but I just don't really know what to do in the meantime. Like, I have loads of stuff I need to actually do tonight, considering I'm actually going home tomorrow since it's consolidation week next week, so we don't have like any uni lectures, and it's like the perfect time to catch up on any reading we need to do or finish assignments, which is something I definitely need to do next week. So considering I'm going to spend that week at home, I've obviously got to spend part of this evening packing, and I have no idea yet what I actually want to pack. It's going to be quite difficult working out what to take because obviously I need at least several amounts of clothes, but I don't want to take too much with me because I've got to actually get the train back, and honestly guys, the amount of connecting trains I have is insane. So I've just got to be really smart with what I take. So that's going to be an interesting task for tonight. I then spent the remainder of the evening catching up with The Apprentice and packing. Thank you so much for coming along for the last few days of my life, and I'll see you next week for more content. Bye!